We're back in the free world with staples. We got a stapler finally. So, welcome back, people. Short one today, end of the day mess. The culprit. Let me find my controller and move out of the way, Sony. We have this. Frank, come on, man. Give me that. Just kidding. He might hear. So we got this lovely, I haven't seen one of these for a while. This is an Optiplex 960. Core 2, so it's a Core 2, but I don't know if it's a Core 2 Duo or Core 2 Quad. It stopped working, and it's no wonder why. It's Windows 7 Pro. This is an older one, but I don't know how old. I don't know what socket it is. I suppose we could look it up. Well, we're going to take a look real quick, plug it in and see if we can't find out what's wrong with it before the end of the day here. Alright, what do we have for connection? Okay, so we do have a DisplayPort. We can run this out to HDMI and send it to OBS and hopefully get some kind of display, but I don't even think it's going to turn on. Frank, give me that. Give me that. What are you stealing out here? What are you stealing? Dude, put some water in there, Frank. You want a drink? Here, gimme. I'll get you some water, buddy. Yeah, pal, you better watch out, man. If you chew a piece of that sharp plastic off there, you better hope you got the old iron gut. That's no good, man. Alright, sorry about that. So now that we got wet hands, if you slurp that down, I'm stealing that, dude. Believe it. Alright, so let's go for the connection and see what happens. We'll go into OBS. What else do we need here? We need a mouse and a keyboard, effectively. We don't know. Honestly, we don't need that because we're not going to the KVM. Go there. Let's get wireless mouse and keyboard and find out. Stopped working. What's the deal? Tell us your story, little Dell. Tell us your story. So here's a closer look. Oh, you're gonna tell me. Are you gonna flash no card on my screen? Maybe a power supply issue? I think it is. I think we got a power supply issue. Nope. Let's hop over to the repair. F12. Boot options. So it's powering on. Very good. It's powering on so far, so good. Let's take a look here. Even though this... There we go. So it's not proceeding very quickly past its boot screen. Let's try and hit F2 to get into the BIOS, and we'll actually get a wired keyboard to do this, but more so than the wireless. Maybe it's halting because it's not detecting the keyboard. Older computers can often have issues with, especially this Logitech keyboard. Don't get it sometimes. Alright. Was that a restart? It was. Let's see if we can get to the BIOS. And now it just pops up the F12 boot options, and that be that. We've got a super dirty, super dusty motherboard. Let's take a further look in here. We got to get past that not wanting to boot state. Optiplex tag, I forget. Let's look it up. Or do you do it from the BIOS? Gotta wonder, right? What was that? What did that just do? It just did a bunch of beeps. So let's see. Do we have a LED indicator? 1, 2, and 3. All of them are lit. Okay, so here's something that some people may not know. If you have an Optiplex 960, the information is out there and available. You can look and find out the diagnostic indicators on, and I don't want to break that DisplayPort connection, but you have diagnostic indicators on the front of the computer right here. See that we have 1, 2, and 3 lit. It's a possible 1, 2, 3, and 4 can be lit, the orange lights, and it actually is a number. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. But we have 1, 2, and 3 lit. So what we're going to do, let's scroll back up here. We'll hit this. Now here is our series of Optiplex. This is the one we're looking at. We're looking at the one in the middle. That's an Optiplex 960 from 2009 to 2012 is when these originally came out. We can click here, light pattern, diagnostic LEDs, and the power button LED. So you can have a possibility of 1 and 3 with a blinking. But let's look for our 1. Oh, there's 2, 3, and 4. Not a BIOS issue. 1, 2, and 3. And our power button amber, which isn't the case. We have 1, 2, and 3 lit with a blue. So there's our failure. 1, 2, and 3 with a blue power button. Again, we'll take a quick look at that and we'll be able to see. We have the blue power button, blue for the network, which doesn't really matter. I know it's blurry and it's out of focus. There's our 1, 2, 3 in amber and our blue power button. Another failure has occurred. Ensure that all hard drive and optical drive cables are properly connected to the system board. If there's an error message on the screen identifying a problem with the device, such as the floppy drive or hard drive, check the device to make sure it's functioning properly. If the operating system is attempting to boot from a device, check blah 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 blah. and so it's actually our last one. Back to the top. So, I just read from a boring web page. We're going to power down. Just because we didn't have the Ember LED, but we're going to pull the coin cell battery and just reinsert it. And then take a look real quick. This is, I'm a fan of these. I don't care. I like these computers. You can literally do work to them without tools. Where are you? Right there you are. Okay. Ooh, look at that. Dirty. Look at this. Oh, Dave, look at this. We got a carpet in the front of this one. Check this out, man.
Whoa.
This is a well-insulated computer. I always got to appreciate them well-insulated ones. Alright, so continuing on, let's rip into this. We don't have much time left today, but you know what? We have a few minutes, so we're going to use those minutes. Use them wisely. Let's eliminate the optical drive from our system. And then what do we got there? That's a floppy connection. We won't even need that. Looking at the board, there are no popped capacitors. No popped capacitors. Everything looks good there. So we're going to try and nail down what has actually failed. Going by that error message. Let's take a moment and scroll back down to find it again. So it's 1, 2, 3 lit with a blue light, which just for reference is this. Hard drive and off-drive cable properly connected to the system board. And there was no error message other than the boot. So let's go ahead. We're going to try and move our actual cable. We'll go from inserted in 0 and see. Now we're going to try and tell if this is turning. At the same time, do we have power? Indeed. USB. And our repair. Alright, so we made it. We made it past the actual BIOS splash screen or whatever I'm going to call it. We have 1, 2, 3 lit and the blue power button still, but it did not detect anything. So let's go into system setup and see if it can find anything. One or more drives during post. So more than likely, if it's not a drive issue, we're looking at a board failure. Oh, wow, that looks great. The HCI smart reporting is disabled, so likely maybe the drive was going bad or it was just never enabled. And then we have 0. So let's enable SATA 0, even though we're going to disable 1, 2 in the external SATA. So let's disable those two, see if our mouse will connect just out of sheer. Alright, so we want to enable, disable that, disable that, and we want 0 because drive 0 is indeed where we plugged in to the blue SATA port on the motherboard. So we have that enabled. We're going to go down and hit apply, and then tab over one and hit X. Oh, exit. Alright, save the changes. We will click on yes. And let's see if it can detect the hard drive. Of course, you can't find the channels restream. When do I ever doubt you that you could find channels? Alright, so let's try. It's not. We're still refusing to boot. We're staying stuck. When it didn't have to try and detect the hard drive, it went right past this screen. But now that we set it up to only detect port 0 on the motherboard going to the hard drive, we got nothing. So we're going to power it down. Power cord's out. Let's get this drive out of here and attempt. We're going to throw it in the toaster quick and see if it has a story. I always love these. There it goes. Alright. Like I said, you need very little tools to work on these computers, so I really genuinely did like them. Alright, going into the toaster quickly. Turn the toaster off, wake up the all-in-wonder. The all-in-wonder computer. Toaster on. And are we staying green, or is it? Alright, so the drive does spin up, but it doesn't detect within Windows at all. So, there's our problem there. Drive is not being detected. So we replaced the hard drive, and this may be a functional, viable system. We got to give the customer a call, see what they want to do with it. It is a fairly old computer, and often it's on the very, very extreme edge of caution to fix something that's old. Like, we do a lot of it, sadly. That's part of the market in this area. There's not people running around with computers they bought yesterday and last week. There are, but it's not the majority. So we're going to see what the customer wants to do, explain the risks, and we'll proceed from there. But that's all the time we have for today. So I hope you have a good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Certainly it's one of those. If this is your thing, your hobby, your passion, or even your job, get it out there, share it, like it. Share this, like this, leave some comments. After we get a call, we'll probably be fixing this on stream undoubtedly. Thank you for clicking the link and coming over now and in the future. And it's Thursday. No train wreck today. We'll go for one tomorrow. Train wreck on the flat earth Friday afternoon. This channel right here. Have a good one, and thank you.